Even though I already played in the alpha, I was still excited to see what Steel Hunters would look like. It had been out for a few hours by the time I was able to download it, and
Holy Jesus. What is that?
I had to find out what was going on here. It's been a while since I reviewed a game, but I make it straightforward and to the point. The chapters are bookmarked down below. If you're interested in extraction shooters, gameplay discussions, and are excited for titles like Arc Raiders and Dune Awakening, hit that subscribe button, notification button, and Discord link down below. That out of the way, let's get to it. Steel Hunters is effectively a hero kit based battle royale with PvE and leveling elements. You pick a hunter, which is a giant mech with preset weapons, stats, and abilities. You can customize these abilities and some of your stats on your basic loadout. You queue up for a game, you and your partner get dropped into a lobby with 10 other players, start off at level 1 with access to only one of your abilities. Through farming PvE, looting, and other players, you gain access to more abilities, stat buffing gear with the ultimate objective of being the last one left on the map. Events on the map escalate to both speed up your leveling process and encourage aggression, as they funnel players towards them. After a certain amount of time, the extraction zone is announced. This adds an additional win condition for whoever controls the zone at the end of the game wins. After each game, you get credits, general XP, and hunter XP. You use the general XP to level up your account, which gives you the ability to unlock more hunters. You use hunter XP and credits to level up your hunter and start to create your own build, allowing you to customize what abilities and stats you want to focus on. Once you're done fiddling with your build, you go and do it again. And that's the basic overview. Now I'm going to go ahead and highlight specific features that I believe are good, bad, and unique, but could be taken either way based on your preference. One of Steel Hunter's biggest strengths is that it's extremely easy to jump into. Tutorial does a decent job of teaching you the mechanics, the time to kill is extremely forgiving, and matches last less than 10 minutes each. It looks sharp, it runs well. It's just an easy fast food drive-through convenient fun experience. The combat is what I would describe as weighty. While the mechs you play are mobile, they have their limits and very much feel like the giants they're supposed to be. Magazines are always smaller than you want them to be, cooldowns are long, shields do not recharge quickly, and while you are rewarded for quick decisions and quick aim, fights between skillful teams normally take long enough to reward patience and consistency. I've won lots of my fights because players rush me with none of their cooldowns available while I still have mine, which are extremely meaningful. Abilities have serious weight behind them and can flip the outcome of a battle when used in the right way at the right time, which makes gunfighting that much more important. Winning shooting exchanges and positioning battles can result in a forced suboptimal ability use, which gives you the window of opportunity. This is highlighted further by deliberate teamwork features. For starters, your XP during the match is shared, so the success is shared. Your line of sight is shared, so if your partner can see an enemy, you can see them on the map. When one of you dies, so long as the other is alive, you can respawn. While dead, after a little bit of time, you can even give your teammate buffs like damage reduction, healing, or extra damage. You can spawn in faster if your teammate has a respawn accelerator, something you always have one of at the start. So if you can manage to channel this item, you can cut down the respawn timer significantly. And all of these features promote teamwork and aggression. Death, even with an accelerated respawn, isn't free. You come back with a fraction of your gear, low health, and no healing items. As the winning team, you are encouraged to push and finish the job at every point in the fight, while the losing team are given opportunities to come back if the fight is close. But it is not all sunshine, so here are some considerations. The fact that it's a duos only game right now is a bit of a mixed bag for me. It can be an intimate and intense affair, but despite this, and the size of the mechs you're portraying, it can seem small. I feel like trios would have had a level of intensity without slowing down the fight, since there would be more opportunities to focus fire. You could even have had a 6v6 mode in a more traditional PvP setup and it would still have been fun. The matches are fast in large part due to the events funneling into other teams, and because there are only 6 teams to begin with. After the first event, it's pretty normal for half the lobby to be gone. The next event attracts teams as well, and depending on how that shakes out, you could be down to your last 2 teams really fast. Now, to be fair, this does start to curve itself as you leave the lower level lobbies. Players are more diligent about their positioning, and teams become harder to finish off. Even drawn out matches are still very quick affairs, but significantly more satisfying. The hunters themselves are interesting enough with a variety of kits. Not so much that it's hard to understand and play against the first few times you see them, but there's not a huge variety. I feel like in order to justify a more creative or specialized hunter, trios would definitely be needed. As you get into the later levels, you start to really get the use out of your ability points to put into your loadout. But based on what I've seen, this isn't really a build customization, it's more of a choice of what to level first. I feel like if you had a deliberate specialization tree, you can make different loadouts with different playstyles. The current setup at least prevents you from feeling like you're going to go down the wrong path or something. And this brings me to the negatives, and before I get into those, it's a free game and it's available for you to download right now. You can take what I say as a guide, but in the end, you have your own tastes and the opportunity to try it for yourself. With that said, let's start off by addressing the elephant in the room. The game's launch had some hiccups. Servers were hard to get into, but having experienced literally none of it, it could not have been more than a few hours, and yet this still happened. So I honestly don't know what to tell you. Players jump way too quickly to review bomb a game in my opinion. It's not an extraction game. Despite whatever buzzword they decide to go with, this game is currently a battle royale. They called the last event an extraction, but it's really just King of the Hill instead of just a circle pushing you in. Plenty of games have tried to tap into this trend by doing nothing more than adding an extract mechanic and thinking it would be enough. It is not. While one of its strengths is easy to get into and matches are fast, it also highlights how shallow it is. The upgrade tree, for the most part, just increases damage, HP, and the potency of your abilities. The gameplay doesn't change, just the scale of the numbers. You are put into level brackets, ensuring that the hunter that is high level doesn't overpower the lower level ones. Admittedly, the moment you start having hunters high enough to no longer be matched with starting players, the fights start getting significantly more enjoyable. But it doesn't take long for the game to feel repetitive. More variety in hunters would help, but different modes will be needed sooner rather than later. And finally, there's the wargaming baggage. It's no surprise the leveling is tiered up the way that it is. Wargaming loves this model so much that they copy and paste it wherever they can. Without getting into the history of the hows and the whys, let's just say they're known for questionable monetization practices, of which Steel Hunters has none of. Now, I don't mean it has no bad monetization, I mean it has no monetization whatsoever. As of the time of this recording, I have put 7 hours into this game, and there is no way for me to purchase anything. I do see familiar patterns though with boosts and multiple types of currency with conversion formula nonsense. Now, when I first started the game, huge portions of the menu weren't shown for clear tutorial purposes. Heck, I have still not encountered any of the gear that's supposed to go in these slots. Who knows, maybe it's just unfinished. But I'm wondering if the store portion of the game is being held back. It could simply be because it's in early access and they want to test and develop the game further before taking people's money. Yeah, but in my history with wargaming tells me that ain't it. I could be completely off here, but it feels like I'm waiting for the other shoe to fall, and suddenly when leveling gets more grindy, the shop will appear. But maybe that's just the cynic in me. Overall, I think Steel Hunters is like a fast food cheat meal. It's fun and it's easy. It's not going to ask anything of you, but if you want something deeper, you're not going to find it here, for now. But again, it's a free game and it makes for an easy game session with a buddy. If you've made it this far, I highly recommend you hit that subscribe and notification button. If you got questions, leave a comment. And if you don't, leave a comment anyways. It helps the algorithm. The rest of this video is the later half of a match so you can see some raw gameplay and judge for yourself. Thank you so much for watching, and good hunting.
Squad mates successfully eliminated. That area can be dangerous. Enemy hunter down. They had no chance. That was unfortunate. I will render aid impossible. Enemy ahead. Defensive shields in air. My energy barrier will protect us. They see me. A difficult choice, but I will give you this revive booster. Our enemies have is underway. The enemy is slowly.
Final phase has started.
Barrier online. Now to strategize. Going over here. Our enemies have made an error. I have them now. Scheduled reloading. Enemy hunter down. All according to plan. I have been detected. Time to reload.
Three squads left. Prepare for the final fight.
It was unwise of that enemy to allow detection. Make use of my barrier for safety.
Objective updated. Bonus. First capture.
The velocity of my rounds will cause massive damage. Scheduled reloading. I will search for a way to assist you. Damage being